Sorry about that. So let's go through everything. So it took me about 5 hours to make. So this is my first bike I made. I made my friends also now. But yeah, let's go through everything. So first thing I added on is a pannier bag, and I added onto the bike before I put the motor on. Cost like 40 bucks at Walmart. Nice, 2 pockets. Got this bundle cord in it. So yeah, I could put some water bottles, bike log, document, everything. Yeah, I have all the documentation I need in there. Then I put the motor on, and yeah, this is standard motor. They buy on eBay. I ended up spending about between $400 or $500 on this bike. So it's not a big investment, but something. Oh, by the way, I'm in Canada, so I'm going to be using metric system for a lot of my units. So one of the bad things is this fender. When you try to mount it on the bike, mount the engine on the bike, it gets in the way of the chain. So I had to use my grinder to cut that off. Let's go through the next bad thing. Oh, really bad thing. Fuel petcock that comes stock on the bike. It's a piece of garbage and it breaks. So I had to buy this one. And yeah, the last one's leaking, so it's right now it's zip ties and this new petcock isn't leaking yet. I tried installing a boost bottle, and I made it myself. I calculated everything down to the cubic centimeter it's supposed to be inside, and measured everything out, put a boost bottle on. The problem is, as you see on my intake right now, first of all, I didn't have a tap. I don't have a tap set, so I just drilled through and PV welded it, a nozzle, air nozzle on, and then put the hose through to the bottle. And it was running, revving way too high. I couldn't adjust the carburetor any lower, and it was over revving my engine. So I wasn't able to keep it under like 20 kilometers an hour at the slowest speed. So nothing I could do about that. So I took the boost bottle off and I put some PB weld in there, and it's gone. Sorry, JB, not PB, JB weld. Sorry. Yeah. Now let's go through some of the good things about the bike. Oh, and more. Yeah. So I bought the speedometer. In the States are probably very cheap. In Canada here, to get these from eBay, it's like $25. This one came from South Korea, and yeah, just analog speedometer, and has a cable going down to the wheel. It's pretty cheaply made, so when the first one came, it was broken. Comes with these 2 stupid lights, but whatever, I put them on anyways. I'm thinking about getting another one, but good quality light, but I don't know for sure. Oh, another thing about making bikes, so you want to make sure you have curved handlebars, and you have these grip shifters that you go really slowly, because as you see, this one cracked and you push it down the curve. Okay, next thing. Yeah, so I bought this light kit from eBay. It cost 10 bucks. I put it under my seat instead of on handlebars because it's a red light, not a white light. Remember, it's a red light in the back. As you see, when I can turn this on, I can't really see it. It's a red light. And yeah, so it's got blinkers. And the other blinker. And it comes when you turn it on, one light in the back. And brake light, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. And you can brake. Yeah. This bike doesn't have any suspension on it, but the seat makes it a little more comfortable. When the front end hits, it still hits really hard though. Try keeping it up to 40 psi in all tires, so it runs nicely. Besides for that, it's pretty standard. And the miles per gallon on this, it takes about 4 liters to 100 kilometers, or about 1 liter for 25 kilometers, which is approximately 60 miles a gallon or so. That's what it gets. Actually, probably because it's a heavier bike. I've taken this bike up to 40 kilometers an hour on flat road. The speedometer gauge goes up to 40. And when I went down under an underpass here in Montreal, it was a really steep one going from Sherbrooke to St. Jacques. And when you go under an underpass, I took it maybe maybe 70 kilometers an hour. It only goes up to 60, but it was maxed out. Once it went over 40, I pulled the clutch in, shut the engine off, because the engine was over revving and it just kept going faster and faster. I think I was never pulled over by any cops yet for going anything over speed limit. And yeah, so here's the wiring on this light. I set it up, I put some zip ties going to the light, and I just put more zip ties tying it. Good thing about this bike, the Schwinn 5-star cruiser, is a late 90s model, is that it has this built-in rack thing. So you just put wiring all the way through. It's there, it's pretty much protected from the water all the way around. So I'm gonna go through a little more things. Yeah. Also, I shut this off, the fuel off every time I put it in the garage, because some of it leaks from the carburetor sometimes, but not much. And the exhaust leaks some black oil every once in a while. But I've got so far 112.5 kilometers or so on my bike, and I hope to do some more, and I'll start it up.